that's where he found out that at the Ton, that was a Masonic lodge. That Benjamin Franklin was actually the Grand Master. Any Marine, here's the name, Ton Tavern. You think of that pencil drawing. That pencil drawing was actually done 100 years after the original place was torn down. No one knows what the original place looked like. You would not believe the number of units that have called up. We had a gunnery sergeant call up and wanted to book his retirement in 2027 at the place. So Pat, doing his due diligence, he worked there. Him and his wife own a Japanese grocery store / restaurant up there. So he had easy access to all the historical documents that he could lay his hands on. And he began his research. And as he began his research, and Pat's the type that unless he sees it in an official document, and he had access to all those early newspapers and journals and such, that's where he found out that, at the Ton, that was a Masonic lodge. So
the original Ton Tavern
was a Masonic lodge. That Benjamin Franklin was actually the Grand Master.
Benjamin Franklin was
a Grand Master when the Masonic Temple was at the Ton.
For those that don't know, because I don't know, what is a Masonic Temple?
That's the Freemasons.
Oh, the Freemasons.
The Freemasons, and their lodge is called a Masonic Lodge. Okay. So that was the first one. Well, once he found that piece of historical information out, he then went and researched, and he discovered that in the last 100 years there had been 5 attempts to rebuild this place.
Does anyone know when the last time it was standing was?
The original tavern was torn down in 1781. There's a lot
of 6 years later?
It was just because it was dilapidated.
Oh, okay. Nobody wanted to invest in renovations?
Correct.
That's unfortunate.
So it was torn down and essentially built over. It was just the development.
Yeah, that's the running story.
So he approached the Freemasons there and gave them his pitch that, hey, I'd really like to rebuild this place.
And you're talking about
the Ton.
You're talking about the founder of Ton Legacy Foundation?
Yes, this is Pat Daly.
And
he went to the Freemasons, Rob Brink, who is the incoming Grand Master for the whole state of Pennsylvania.
What do Freemasons do? Because I've got a lot of friends that probably have a lot of conspiracy theories about Freemasons. I don't know anything about them. I know I have friends and potentially family members that are involved with them, but they can't talk about it.
They can't.
And most of them just can't talk about it. It's just like a fraternity almost.
It's a fraternity.
Is it exclusively men?
Yes.
Okay.
But the Freemasons also are big into hospitals.
And charitable stuff?
Charitable. They, in Pennsylvania, I want to say Rob told me they have 3 retirement homes. So they take care of their Masons.
Yeah.
They do. Nothing but, one of the projects I know there in the state of Pennsylvania was replanting some trees that had deforestation had occurred, and they were replanting trees in the state. So they do a tremendous amount of charitable work throughout the state. Once Pat explained to the Freemasons that, hey, I think this could be a good thing for us, they were on board.
So they're down to be involved in this?
They were involved, wanted to get involved. Then he did more research, and he found official, newspapers that talked about John Adams and the Second Continental Congress actually meeting on the second floor inside the tavern there. And that's where they wrote the articles that created the Continental Navy. Which
in the second floor of the Ton. Okay.
Yeah. So then he approached the Navy. Then the last 3 organizations, the Society of St. Andrews, St. George, and the Friendly Sons and Daughters of St. Patrick, he found records of where they had met there in Ton Tavern. And one of the reasons they met there was because of where the original building was situated. It had a long pier. And so lots and lots of ships would pull up to the pier.
Near the tavern, there was piers.
Yeah, it jutted right out into the bay.
Wow.
And so when the ships would come from the old world to the new world, that's, where the Irish, the Scots, and the English would meet there are people.
They probably picked up a lot of imports from there too, I would imagine, for like their port and barley and any wine that they might have, or spirits or
might
whatever.
have spirits that they might have.
Maybe
yes.
whatever, food that they might have served in there at the time. Where are you guys in the process of erecting this restored masterpiece?
Great question. Let's see. We purchased the land in April of 2024.
Okay, so a little bit over a year ago.
Yep. So, but it took nearly 18 months to negotiate buying the land.
What was so complicated about it?
Two brothers owned it, and two brothers liked making money.
Okay. Makes
Because
sense.
it's a parking lot, and the parking lot was getting between $20,000 and $35,000 a month.
Wow.
So they like
it was making them $20,000 to $35,000 a month.
because
And they're
it's in Old Town Philly.
wow.
It is right Old Town Philly.
And so they're like, yeah, I don't really feel like giving up that extra $30K a month just to sell this property.
Yep. So it took 18 months of negotiations
Wow.
that they finally, with their lawyer jabbing them in the side, going,
Yeah.
you guys need to sell this.
You had to make them an offer they couldn't refuse. Well, who was the one that was doing the negotiating on the part of the
Pat
foundation?
and Rob were engaged in it, but we also had some smart lawyers, and then we had another associate who was really instrumental that liked our cause. That was another real estate guy.
Yeah.
That did a lot of negotiation for that. So once we bought the land, okay, we were already, I hate to say this, leaps and bounds ahead of the previous 5 attempts, because the other attempts all went bankrupt. And
Oh, really?
The reason they went bankrupt, like Marines like you and I are, they did their after action. Pat looked at each of the 5 attempts, and they were all done by Marines, only for the Marines.
Yeah.
They did not get the other 5 organizations that can trace their heritage to the ton engaged in this. That is the reason we know this is going to be rebuilt, because you now have 6 organizations backing this effort.
What are the 6 organizations, real quick?
Well, so the Marines, the Freemasons, the Navy, Friendly Sons and Daughters of St. Patrick, St. Andrews, and St. George.
Okay.
So with those 6 engaged, prior to purchasing the land in 24, November of 23, we formed a board, became all the documentation for a 501c3,
Yeah.
passed bylaws, stood up our website, and began our fundraising in earnest. So we're coming up on just 2 years. So in 2 years, next month, we will have completed all our architectural designs that have been approved by the city. We have the official blessing from the Philadelphia Historical Society, which is a huge, huge item to get. They've blessed off on all the designs. That they said that is as historically accurate as that they know.
So you guys are having like an actual architect design this to make it look like the original is supposed to look like?
For all the listeners, I have to bust a bubble.
Okay.
Any Marine, here's the name, Ton Tavern.
Yeah.
You think of that pencil drawing
Yeah.
that you see. That pencil drawing was actually done 100 years after the original place was torn down.
Is there any like drawings of the original?
No one knows what the original place looked like. No one knows exactly. We have newspaper descriptions of what it looked like, but no one can tell you for 100% fact. So that's why we wanted to get the drawings in front of the Historical Society to get their blessing. And they did. They gave us their blessing.
Is it going to be like a Victorian era style?
Oh, it's going to be true to what we know that the taverns of that era looked like.
Okay.
That, is as close as we
Of
can
the
get.
1700s era?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So it's probably going to be relatively simple looking. Maybe, are you going to have like dormers or anything? You allowed to even
Yes,
talk
we're going to
about
have 4 dormers
Okay. There
across
we
the top.
go. Nice.
Got a second floor that is going to be 2 conference rooms, one large one that in the 125 people,
Okay. So you'll
And
be able
then
to fit 100 people in
and
there.
then a smaller one that's going to be in the 60 to 70 range,
Yeah.
with a wall that you can open up and have as one large room. The first floor is going to be the actual bar, and then the top floor is going to be, most of the office spaces.
Okay. How many people are you guys trying to make this place rated for fire code?
Well, here we go. A lot of people are thinking they're building a bar. We actually have a restaurant attached to the back of it.
Oh, okay.
So, and the restaurant is called Peg Mullen's Beefsteak Club, which was named after because the place was actually Peg Mullen's Beefsteak Club in the early days when it was first built. Because beefsteak clubs were all the rage in England.
You said beef steak?
Beefsteak.
So both beef and steak put together.
One word.
Beefsteak Club. And so this is all going to be on the same lot.
Yes.
Okay, so that is going to be built
Right
in
behind
addition to
Correct.
the tavern.
So as you're facing the street, you'll see the Ton.
Yeah.
Right behind it is going to, on the first floor, there's going to be a small museum. Okay.
Okay.
Then you got the second and third floor, which is a lot of the chefs' preparation areas and such.
Okay.
And then behind it is going to be the actual restaurant.
How many square foot is this lot?
I don't know what the square footage of the lot is.
I'd be curious.
The restaurant, counting the outside, because weather dependent, we're going to have outdoor seating.
Okay.
You're looking at 335 people
Okay.
in it.
For capacity?
Yes,
Okay.
335 is what we're going to
Able
have.
to get a big group of people there for like birthdays and stuff like that.
You would not believe the number of units that have called up. We actually, was it last month? We had a gunnery sergeant call up and wanted to book his retirement in 2027 at the place.
That's funny. It's not even started. You haven't even broke ground yet.
Haven't broke ground, and the gunny wanted his retirement. So we're talking 2 years out.
Yeah.
We have had, sir, I want to get re-enlisted, and I would love to be standing inside the Ton when I do my re-enlistment. Well, yeah, we want you to be standing here too. But we're keeping all that in mind when the architects did the design on the inside. So it'll be wired properly so we can actually support, large groups that can come in there, but I jumped ahead too far. So we've got the land. We've begun fundraising in earnest. Okay.
What does in earnest mean?
Means we've been blessed to we've had 3 people step forward and actually provide donations, $1 million donations for us. They want to remain anonymous right now so people don't go to them and ask for more money for another cause.
Yeah.
So we've done that. We've had numerous people that have stepped forward, 100,000, 500,000 type of deals.
Yeah.
But to date, I can tell you we have 0 bills. All the bills are paid for. When people say this is a scam, the state of Pennsylvania it's been 2 months, 3 months, just gave us a $3 million grant to build this place.
Who says it's a scam?
Oh, we still get some social media posts think that we're scamming people.
Oh, really?
But as I tell people, scammers don't drop over $4 million for a piece of property.
Yeah.
They don't do it.
Like, is there any specific people that said it was a scam so far?
Oh, it's just
like a common
naysayers. Naysayers on social media.
Is there any like mainstream media that's covered this stuff with you guys?
Local channels there in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Pat just did an interview with Channel 6 in Philadelphia.
Okay.
That will be aired on November 10th.
Oh, okay.
During the big birthday weekend.
Yeah.
They're in support when we broke ground. Right prior to doing our ceremonial groundbreaking last year, our vice president, Matt Swindell, did, maybe it's been 2 years because he was still in uniform. He was on TV talking about it.
Matt Swindell?
Matt Swindell.
And he was still in uniform? Where did he...
he was a reservist. Matt's a reservist.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And he was there. And so Channel 6... The newspapers up there have covered us, and none of that has been negative at all.
Yeah.
All of that's been positive because it's going to actually begin to beautify that area of Old Town Philly
Yeah.
that the city really wants to see happen.